We're at Media Day with Pratt & Whitney again, and now with John Saabas, who is president of Pratt & Whitney Canada on your left, and on your right, Kumar, who is the vice president of customer service. And Kumar, I want to start with you if I can. Customer landscape is changing. We heard a lot about that today, especially in business aviation, and it was mentioned that you guys have to change the way you're delivering customer satisfaction, how you're adapting to this environment, particularly with more connected products and digital designs. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Sure. So when you talk about the customer landscape, I think a household name in that is NetJets. But more so now, I think with the smaller jets, there's a lot more fractional shares through jet cards or through other shared economies, where actually we've seen a certain surgence of apps. Apps are being actually used widely, just that there's so much capacity out there and folks are putting their aircrafts that are available to be shared and to be used on an on-demand basis. That's the sharing economy that's showing itself very much in this particular segment of business aviation. In terms of transformation for Pratt & Whitney Canada on how we deliver these services, today's announcement, we're very pleased to show that we've got about 3,000 PW300 engines enrolled in our proactive help desk, which is really a combination of our FAST systems, which is the engine health monitoring system, usage and trending. We're combining that with our oil analysis technology, and that information is delivered in about 15 minutes shortly after landing to the home base, where our specialists and analysts look at the data, and then they're able to give advice to the operators on maintenance actions proactively. Almost in the order of about 200 hours before maintenance is required, they're able to act on that. And in so doing, what we're looking for is really three things here. At the end of the day, we do want to trend their usage. We also want to give them some cost advantages and get to a planned environment that also involves a on-condition maintenance. So these are the benefits that's coming up to them. And in our more recent products, such as the PW800, we actually have transposed that into a dashboard which is integrated with our customer portal that would actually have exceedances, but also maintenance actions that will be available in real time to the operators.
So it sounds like there's a fragmentation in this customer base, based on what you're saying. And of course, you've got these digital products that are coming to the market. So what's the secret? What's the challenge? How are you dealing with this in this moving landscape?
Absolutely. So in the past 2 years, we've been actually working with a few proof points in coming up with maintenance solutions and service models that are tailored to the different segments. So you have the owner-operator that's only using about 200 hours a year versus including those that in the EMS field that go up to almost 800. Even a Lear 60 today, you have an EMS operator that's able to go to that. Their needs are different. So one of the things that we've actually looked very closely at is saying, okay, what is each of these operators' ownership life cycle? If they come in for a maintenance, do they plan to keep the aircraft for a couple more years, or do they want to really keep it for a longer time? So in the past 2 years, we've developed about 30 odd customized smart solutions for maintenance, where they do have firm fixed pricing. They can even trade in for the same product new or same product used, depending on what kind of inventory we have. We have also gone into sort of certified pre-owned. So with the increasing transactions in the pre-owned market, we're offering inspections and 1-year warranties. And then on the PT6 model, honestly, we have a few of the models that are coming in automatically signed up to our ESP program for the first 2 years, straight out of the OEM factories. So we're looking at each of those segments saying, what do customers actually want depending on their ownership life cycle of the product.
So what I talked about is that variety of missions. And I think we're in a world right now we need to tailor our support to each one of those customers. 13,000 customers, and they don't all want the same recipe. And with the digital tools and the ability to track and ability to do things differently, not manually, I think it gives us a chance as well to go and provide solutions to customers that are not just one size fits all, because we can manage that in the back shop without adding billions of people to do it.
So John, Kumar mentioned that those magic letters PT6,
Yes.
and so it's the iconic engine in the market. But there's this FADEC system that's offered on the PT6C67E. Now this FADEC system, there seems to be some hype about it. Maybe do you think that's just your competitors' hype? Are you moving down that path? What is the story on the PT6 and the FADEC?
I think that, first of all, we've had single-channel FADECs on PT6s for years. We've had dual-channel FADECs on PT667E for the H-175 helicopter. But I think there is a push right now to simplify the workload in the cabin and go to single lever for a PT6A turboprop, which we can do with our FADEC technology. So we are going down the path of introducing, right now for the higher powered PT6s, a dual-channel FADEC version that will provide what our competition talks about in terms of single lever control for turboprop. I think it's a trend that's part of the market wants. You also have people that operate the PT6 that will say that anybody who can't start a PT6, they don't know what they're doing. But I think there's another generation of pilots coming through that this will be a benefit to. So we are working that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.